Science is moving at an exponential rate. Laboratories and field stations worldwide generate millions of data points, resulting in thousands of new research papers. For most of us, this raw output is unreadable. It's written in specialized jargon and advanced mathematics, symbols that describe the universe but remain impenetrable without years of specific training. So, how does a technical discovery move from a sterile laboratory in Switzerland or a telescope in orbit to a readable headline on your smartphone? The process relies on the architecture of global science communication. This is a multi-layered infrastructure of government agencies, elite journals, and independent newsrooms that vet and translate data into a format we can actually use. This pipeline converts raw discovery into public knowledge. It helps society integrate lab findings into the policies, medicines, and technologies shaping our daily lives. The first layer consists of the primary sources. Institutions like CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, along with NASA and the WHO, serve as the definitive points where mission-critical data is born. These hubs manage projects on a massive scale, from subatomic particle collisions to the engineering of the James Webb Space Telescope's golden mirrors. But just because a government agency or a lab releases data doesn't mean it's an established fact. Before it reaches the public, it requires a layer of intense scrutiny. This introduces the second layer, the gatekeepers. High-impact journals like Nature and Science act as the filter, using a process called peer review to vet every claim. This funnel chart shows scientific publishing. Because evidence standards are so high, top-tier journals accept fewer than 8% of submitted papers. Furthermore, if a published paper is later found to have errors, the journal formally retracts it, ensuring the scientific record remains accurate. This high-pressure bottleneck is what separates verified evidence from speculative or flawed claims. Once research is vetted, it reaches the third layer, the amplifiers. Services like Eureka Alert act as a newswire, taking journal findings and distributing them to newsrooms across the planet. This diagram illustrates the impact of that distribution. A study that has a dedicated release on these platforms is 4 times more likely to receive U.S. media coverage than a paper published without one. This brings us to the final layer, the translators. Independent portals like Science News and Live Science employ professional journalists to turn those technical papers into clear, engaging narratives. These newsrooms follow strict rules, like the 2-editor rule, where every story is scrutinized by 2 editors before it goes live. They also source information directly from the primary research, rather than relying on secondhand reports. To protect this accuracy, leading science portals prohibit the use of generative AI for selecting or writing stories. This ensures that the human expertise required to judge scientific nuance isn't lost to an algorithm. These journalists provide the context needed to understand the slow, incremental nature of the scientific method in a world that often demands fast-paced, exciting news. The 4 layers of this architecture function as a collective defense. They protect the public from the noise of unverified data and flawed interpretations. This system deflects modern digital threats like fake news and AI hallucinations, errors where artificial intelligence generates convincing but entirely false information. Protecting this connection ensures that the public can make decisions based on verified evidence rather than speculative trends. The next time you see a report about a medical breakthrough or a discovery in deep space, you are seeing the final output of this hidden global machine. Science creates the data, but this invisible bridge gives that data the power to actually inform and improve the world.